Orange is the colour. It's the favourite colour of Dylan Trevor's little nephew, Ollie, who watches his uncle at home with great pride, and it's him who is one of the people he wants to make proud, but there's plenty of proud support in here for Dylan Trevor in, no surprise, the bright orange shorts, in against George Rogers in the grey and black, and the crowd in fine voice always gets a great reception, does Tricky Trevor. He's a self-proclaimed nerd. He says he has a telescope, but nothing nerdy about him once he gets in the boxing ring. He's a sharp shooter, and he wastes no time. As you can see here, front foot feints there, just looking to get his shots off on Rogers, who's got his work cut out here. Of course, when you've got that kind of support, you want to put on a performance. Backhand lands, checks the chin of Rogers, and he's in trouble here, is the man from Leicestershire. As Trevor forces him back again. Real spite and intention in his shots. And as I say, when you've got a crowd like this, the adrenaline sears through your veins and you want to put on a performance for them. You have to keep a cool head and keep composed. But of course, when he gets chance, he's got some real venom in his work, has Dylan Trevor. His aim last year was to keep real high quality in all rounds, he was saying to me. He wants to move through the gears and he wants to start getting some stoppages. He's 3-0, none by stoppage. And he really wants to get a stoppage on his record. Maybe he'll feel that he could have such an opportunity this evening. Rogers just trying to work away, fight fire with fire, but Dylan Trevor pushing him back again. Rogers just manages to slip away from that attack, fires one into the midriff, pushes Rogers back, redding him round the left side of the temple of Rogers now. He's again looking a little unsteady on his feet and tentative is Rogers, and who can blame him? There's been some real firepower coming from Trevor already in this opening round. Just trying to cut the ring off as the back of Rogers just skimming the ropes as he's using every single inch of the canvas here. Trying to make it difficult for Trevor to set his feet, because when he does, he can be dangerous. A smile from Trevor, and then back to business. Another product of that Titans boxing gym that we were talking about earlier. What a stable they've got. All in great form, and they'll be pushing each other on in the gym for these big nights that they work towards. Trevor again just teeing off as he pushed Rogers back into that neutral corner. He got into boxing, did Dylan Trevor, as a youngster. He was naughty at school and his mum took him to the gym. Didn't take it too seriously at first until around the age of 16, and then that's when he decided to take it seriously, and he'll have no regrets. He hasn't looked back since. And he has really got this Sheffield crowd excited, Max.
You know what? I like this kid. Well, I say kid, he's 27. You wouldn't think that. And Dylan is so exciting to watch, and we've just seen that. He's got great support, and he's such a model professional. You know, during the day, slot machines, fixing them, and you know, and he does this either, you know, snippets of the day, he gets time off, and obviously on the night time. Fantastic lad.
Well, I think there's a tough night's work for Rogers. It's scheduled for 4 threes this, but Dylan Trevor has got the bit between his teeth. He's got the support behind him. We know that he's hungry for a stoppage, and he has looked in danger at times, Rogers. And you can see the marks on his back. That's from the ropes, as his back has skimmed them on many an occasion. Rogers, as he's just tried to stay as far away from that, particularly that backhand of Trevor, as possible. Taking his time here, Trevor. He's not forcing anything, just waiting for the openings. And he's enjoying this, is Dylan Trevor. He's comfortable in there. And he's on the hunt. Steps across, fires one into the body. And Rogers skating on thin ice, you feel. Just a matter of time before Trevor detonates that backhand and edging his way in. Controlling the distance. And the range here, Trevor. And it really is taking his time. Trying to set something up. All Rogers can do once that storm comes brewing is tuck up.
Oh, very nice. Nice backhand by Trevor there.
And he's offering very little, Rogers. And we can't blame him for that, because as soon as he opens up, Trevor fires back with really heavy counters. So Rogers not taking any risks whatsoever, as again just dances his way out of the neutral corner. Trevor again stepping forward in constant pursuit of his man. Just going from corner to corner to corner is Rogers.
I like that pivot off by Trevor there. The attack comes from Rogers, a nice exchange then again by Trevor.
And that's what he's going to have to do, isn't it, Max, is to change the angles and find a way through here to make it difficult for Rogers. Perhaps tap and then add a bit of firepower just to mix it up so it's not predictable for Rogers. Maybe dropping a jab to the body and come over with that backhand, just whatever he can do to mix things up and make it unpredictable for Rogers.
It's just very exciting. I feel there's something's going to happen with Dylan every time he fires.
Backhand makes its way through, but Rogers again survives that mini storm. Trevor again in pursuit, just trying to cut the ring off.
Good round by
With
Trevor.
Rogers, it's like watching somebody walk on a tightrope, isn't it? And just worrying that they're going to fall off at any moment. But so far, he's survived the opening 2 rounds. You see some of his work there in the replay. Rogers making it difficult, trying to be as evasive as possible defensively, but Dylan Trevor is finding a way through. But if he wants a stoppage here, he's going to have to change things. Going to have to change the angles, change his approach, mix his attacks up in order to fashion an opening. But when he does, certainly possesses the power to trouble Rogers. Let's see how effective he can be in this 3rd round. This is where Rogers could be particularly vulnerable, and he tries to throw some shots of his own, and if Trevor allows him to do that and just times it with an accurate counter, that could be the breakthrough he's looking for. Some real visible marks on the back of Rogers from those ropes. He's found himself pressed up against on many occasions from Trevor. There he is again, back to the ropes as he just throws a speculative looping backhand over. And perhaps just needs to mix things up a little, Trevor, to move his head on the way in, maybe feint and try and draw something from Rogers. Connects there though. Can he follow up? Rogers just managing to make it difficult for Trevor to connect. Backed up into the corner again though. Did well just to take the heat out of that one, did Rogers. And Trevor found a way through there. Perhaps just needs to tap once or twice and then follow up rather than all the shots being heavy in some of these exchanges. He needs to go to the body first, then up to the head, just anything he can do to mix things up, because when he does get the chance, he's really dangerous, is Dylan Trevor. But he's got to create the openings. Rogers managing just to keep him off for now, but for how long? 45 seconds remaining in this third round. Trevor steps across, pushes Rogers back again. Rogers doing well to survive these storms. Just on his bike now again. He's back skimming the ropes. He's tentative to throw his Rogers, and you cannot blame him, because there's some real heavy artillery coming back his way when he does. Choosing instead just to get on his bike. Dancing around, just trying to run that clock down. And hear the bell to signal the end of the third, and there it is. You can see here some of that work from Rogers. Just that's when he's at his most vulnerable, when he's throwing, and you could see that there as Trevor coming right through and connecting with that overhand right. And it's seldom that we've seen Rogers open up like that, and for good reason. And Dylan Trevor now has 3 minutes to get that stoppage that he wants, but he won't want to force it. He want to try and set it up. And if that doesn't happen, then it's still been a really, really good performance from the man from Sheffield.
I feel Dylan can get the stoppage. If he really wants it, he can get it.
Well, sometimes the more you want it, the more it doesn't come, Max, doesn't it? And he certainly will want a stoppage. Who doesn't? But it's how you set it up and how you make that happen. And that's part of the development in the professional ranks, isn't it, of how to finish an opponent, either with one big shot or with sustained pressure. That was a lovely shot to the body, just below that tattoo on the chest of Rogers from Trevor. Now, can he land those shots to the body and come over the top with that backhand? Because that's where the opening could be. There we go, there goes that body shot again. Is he setting it up for the backhand?
It's almost he's inviting it. He wants to open out. He wants to invite Rogers to actually punch and, you know, get a jab like that.
Well, sometimes a smart tactic, isn't it, to throw the same shot a couple of times, but on the third time follow up with a backhand or a lead hook or whatever it might be, depending on the combination, when your opponent isn't expecting it.
Rogers looks very wary in there, and you know, I just feel Dylan can just step on the gas here.
Nice double jab from Trevor. Rogers continues to skate on thin ice, but he has managed somehow, wily character he is, to survive these rounds. He is experienced. 36 contests, and of his 34 losses, he's only been stopped twice, and you can see why. He does make it difficult. He can land a shot on him, but he seldom does he give you another. He'll tie you up, he'll slip and slide, and you can see, looks almost like he's received 50 lashes with a whip to his back, Rogers, doesn't he? Such has been the force of Dylan Trevor pushing him back against them ropes. His back covered in marks from the ropes now.
I think if Dylan just that little bit more, a bit busy with the jab, and I just want to see a bit more volume, I feel he could get a stoppage. But I think he's coasting it out and playing safe now, and just happy to just get this win.
Nice work from Trevor. Connects with a couple of shots there as Rogers just falls to his knees.
It's forcing
Skipping
the fight
around the ring once again. finds himself pinned in the neutral corner. Trevor just ducking and bobbing and weaving and trying to find an opening. Referee just pushing him back, and final few seconds here.
Good work by William.
And he did say that he wanted a stoppage, Trevor, but he will be really happy with the way he went about his work tonight. He'll progress to 4-0, and the support in here has been tremendous.
Absolutely brilliant.
And you would expect they'll be delighted with the performance their man put on.
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a big round of applause for both of our boxers? After 4 rounds of action, we go to referee Reese Carter's scorecard, which reads 40 points to 36 in favour of your winner, still undefeated from Sheffield, Dylan Tricky Trevor. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for George Rogers.
Huge delight here inside Skate Central in Sheffield, all clad in bright orange, Tricky Trevor's supporters, and they've had plenty to cheer about as the man from Sheffield progresses to 4-0.